What's up, bro? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Woo!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rodney. Happy birthday to you.
Hello, Rodney. Where are you? Not here. You're there. But you wish you were here. Why? Because I have a cake with your name on it, made from the herbs and spices of the most masculine creatures on earth, with a candle. I scream. You scream. We all scream. Happy birthday, Rodney.
Brother Rodney, what's happening? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rodney. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, man. Hope you're having a great day.
You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Woo! Welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. I am Rodney Rogers. That right there is Mike the Man himself.
And from what I understand, it's your birthday.
Apparently,
Or it's going to be your birthday or something like this.
everybody knew it was my birthday. I had totally forgotten until you played that. I'm like, who they singing happy birthday to? That was awesome, man. How did you pull that off?
I called in some favors from some friends. Yeah.
Apparently you did. That fella in the schmuck holding my cake. Well, oh, and it's Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know what's
So
going
it's like the day after Halloween.
on. Yeah, I can't do Halloween stuff because it's not Halloween anymore.
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
like-
I got to reset some stuff here. So
We're like almost to Christmas. We're closer to
It is-
Christmas.
it's very.
Yeah, we up. Mike, thank you so much.
Very
That was
true.
awesome, man. I don't
Happy
even know how you-
birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Tomorrow is my birthday.
and
I will be 48 years old.
really,
Yeah, a whole 48. I've been saying I've been 48 since I was 12. I just feel older.
well, you look phenomenal. 48, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be 48.
Okay.
And we'll be hanging out at Gnarly Barley tomorrow. I just want to throw that out there. So if you want to come out and have a beer with us at Gnarly Barley on my birthday, that would be awesome. How awesome would that,
That would be
Mike?
very cool.
It'd be very cool. So, Mike, thank you. That was after the show. I'm going to ask you how you did that. I'm impressed.
Good stuff. So yeah, gnarly barley tomorrow night. Let's get it out of the way.
But you always impress me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, thanks,
You
man.
do. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Pre-day, pre-one day. Happy birthday to you.
I appreciate it, man. That is absolutely stunning. That was.
Happy birthday to you.
Join in,
Thank you, everybody.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rodney.
That was awesome.
Happy birthday to you.
Am I blushing? I should be.
Are you Russian?
I'm Russian. I'm a Russian birthday. Russian vodka for the birthday. Oh, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yes, tomorrow is my birthday. Come out and have a beer with us. You know what? It's like Mike and I always say. We'll be there.
Yeah,
Come hang out.
that's it.
So, whew. So, Mike, how was your weekend?
Don't remember. I think I worked all weekend.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
a
that time
bummer.
of the year. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you gotta
it's
do what
true.
you got to do.
You guys are coming up. You're going to coming into your busy season.
I figure it's like this. What I do, what consumes me during that 9 to 5,
Yeah.
is all part of working for Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Right on, man.
I got to do all that, to
get
be
to
here.
you. I got you. And
So-
and it's the same way with me.
and it helps you get through the day. Going, you know what? This is what I got to do. This is
Yeah.
part of that job. I got to do all this.
You
to
know
have
what?
This.
If you put it that way, it really is.
It
Because
is.
I do the same thing. You know, Mike and I have a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and this is it gets us here. And this is our 1 hour vacation. If you want to get us tonight, check us out on RodneyRogersOutdoors.com. We're here every Tuesday. This is our home base. I do a Thursday show, and we'll plug out a little bit
Yep.
later. But this is our home base. This is kind of where we all started. We're on episode 1 141?
138, actually.
138,
Yeah.
okay. So we're at 138. You can hashtag us at hashtag RROR. That comes right to Mike's face. It'll go through his microphone. A lot of cool things will happen, and Mike will shoot me whatever you ask him.
Well, I got to say this, because the lights will flash.
The lights will flash.
And interesting enough, while you're doing your Thursday show, you see where I'm going, right?
Your lights are flashing. That's right. Because I do hashtag this.
You do.
I do holler out hashtag us.
I got to tell you this, because last Thursday I was sitting there kind of tweaking some stuff, doing some, tweaking some stuff, and my wife's in the other room watching whatever. And of course all the lights flash. She's like, "Honey, please, really?" And I'm like thinking, and my phone alerted me, so I'm like, "Oh nope, Rodney's live," so people are hashtagging, so the lights flash, and I thought, "Oh, that's true. It
That
still
is
does
awesome.
flash."
So it still does flash.
It
It just doesn't flash in the other studio. We have 2 studios. This is our home studio. The other studio is actually at my place, and that's kind of where we just let loose and do all kind of crazy stuff. So
It's a free for all. We need a name for that. I've been calling it Thursday Edition,
I know I've not thought of one yet. So
but it's all good.
yeah,
But some distinction might be
might
in
be a
order.
little-
I don't
yeah.
know. But so let's throw something out.
If you want to give us a call tonight, you can call us at 262
Yes.
345-7763. We'll be glad to take your phone calls. You can just tell us happy birthday. You can tell us, hey, man, we're going to the camping trip. Or you can talk about last year's camping trip
Yep.
if you went and just how fun it was. And that'll, what we want is our goal as a camping trip is everybody to feel comfortable and, and show up and just be there,
Yep, please.
Trust me, you'll love it. It's like the minute you pull up on the island, it's like everybody helps you unload. They help you set your tent up. They help you set all your stuff up, and it's just a great thing. So, again, let's run over to how you can reach us. Hashtag RROR. The lights will flash. You can actually shoot us over something from the website, and you can call us at 262-345-7763, which is also 262-345-RROD. So, Mike, here we are. You know what? I'm glad to be back in the studio.
It's good to be.
We missed you last week. I missed you last week. I did the show by myself last week.
A buddy of mine got married on a Tuesday night.
Tuesday
Go figure,
night.
right?
Yep. But you know what the coolest thing is you got yourself a chicken.
He's in the other room, by the way.
Yeah, you got a picture of the prettiest chicken I believe I ever seen. That is just awesome. Kudos to you sponsoring a chicken.
I've never seen a chicken get married,
I've-
but he's married now, and he's happy.
It's a happy chicken.
He's a happy chicken.
happy chicken. So,
Hey, let's talk about your grub real quick.
you know what? Let's do that. You can actually now every Monday we have a spot on Real Radio 104.1 with the Monsters in the Morning. Carlos asked me about. I was talking to Carlos. I was putting a window in his house, and we got to talking about my grub, and he started talking about it on the show the next day. Well, we gave away. I said, hey, let me give 10 packs of grubs away to the first 10 people that email me, and then the email just absolutely just exploded. I mean, it just blew up. So I actually sent out 30 packs of grubs to the first 30 people because the emails came in like almost 200 emails in the first 5 minutes.
No exaggeration.
And that's no exaggeration, yeah. So thank you so much for your interest in the grubs, obviously. You can also, so Mike hooked us up on our website. You can go to our website at RodneyRogersOutdoors.com. You can get the grubs there. We got them up there for $3. You know what? Get them now. I would say order a lot because the shipping is kind of weird on it. It's supposed to be $1.92 per pack because it costs $1.
Yeah, that's
almost
the cost.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what it costs. But if you order 5 packs, it stays at $1.92, and we're trying to figure out how to fix that.
Yeah.
So you're getting a great deal.
Yeah, get them. But we're gonna put some footage up of I mean, these things catch fish.
Oh, I've caught several
Yeah.
10-pounders off of these grubs.
Yeah, you've been getting some really good response from people you've already sent the grubs out to.
Yes.
Giving you response going, this is
Absolutely.
good
And we've
stuff.
got a video I'm going to post up there. Hector with his grub. Actually, he did. He posted it on his website, and I think he tagged us on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab that footage, and maybe we can put that. And I'm going to go out this weekend and show you just how well that grub works.
But bottom line is, you can go on, if you go to the website and click on the store tab.
Right.
I mean, there's going to be more stuff, but right now there's grub.
Yep. Right now there's a grub.
Grub for the getting.
So you can get the two colors. You get the chartreuse or the pumpkin seed. They both work fantastic. And my buddy grabbed them. I gave him a pack, and he just
Yeah,
slammed them.
you actually gave some away to the first X number of
30
people
It
who
was the first
responded.
30 people.
And so you put out some free grub, but right now the grub's still dirty cheap.
Dirty cheap, yeah. And as a matter of fact, we gave one pack of grubs away to the guy who left the voicemail. Remember, he left the voicemail, and he says, "I'm sure
That was great.
I'm not even
I
sure
love
where
that.
he fell, but I had to. I'll tell you this: you leave us a voicemail, I'll send you
Something's
some
happening.
grubs." Fact is we still got a label. I got all the packaging, and I will label. We still haven't thought up a label, but we're working on it.
But you're gonna get some grub.
Yeah, the bottom line is you're getting
Yeah, you're
the
getting
dirty
grub.
skirts. So that's awesome. Get it up. So if you leave us a voicemail, I'll send you some grubs for free. I'll
Yeah.
send you a pack for free.
There's some good things happening. Have you seen the Have you seen?
Have
Of course,
you
have you?
seen-
Of course, you've seen. You're Rodney Rogers. It's your video. The gator hunt video. I
gator
want
hunt
to tell
video.
everybody. We kind of just snuck it in there without a lot of
Yeah.
hoopla. We had some big things in mind for it, but we needed to get it out because it was long overdue.
Yeah, and I wanted to plug that on the monsters, but I haven't been on there yet. Mike, I gotta be kudos on this video. We got so many good ravings on this video. It doesn't seem like me, although it is me. It just doesn't seem like me. It's just like every time I watch it, I go, "Does he get it? Does it?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
is this guy crazy?"
That's great. I love that.
The guy's me. It's. And I'm not doing it to be what's the word I'm looking for when you're all
Narcissistic.
narcissistic. God, I never get that word. I always say narcolepsy. I'm not narcoleptic. I mean,
Still awake.
I'm still
You're
awake.
Still awake.
I'm very aware of what's going on, but I just don't see it as me, and it's exciting. You the music in the right places. It's just you've got 50 plus hours in this video.
Yeah.
And all this video is shot by us.
Well, that's what I love about this video because we just documented the night. This is nothing was staged. I mean, everything from point A to point Z
Right.
was just capturing it. And even at one point when I'm in the video, the camera's sitting on the ground. It
It
was just
is,
us.
yeah.
And we did what we had to do to get this gator.
Exactly.
And then we went back and added some voiceover so people it made more sense of what was going on
Right.
and answer some questions.
And at the end, where we got the Everglades footage of when you and I this year
Yeah.
went to the Everglades.
Yeah.
That was like in January or February, wasn't it? When we went
Yeah,
to
I think
the
it was
Everglades?
February,
It was during the python
Yeah,
hunt.
exactly right.
So I mean, the footage we got there,
But that being said, I've got a couple minutes. It was
Okay.
tough to find. I wanted to show something on it. It's our video. We can
Okay,
play it without
absolutely.
getting busted for it. So let me just show you real quick a couple minutes of the video,
absolutely.
just as a teaser. But this is you can go to our YouTube channel and see this now. Actually, it's on the homepage of Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Sweet. Let's
But
take a look.
Here we go.
By this time of the night, it's super clear that both the gator and I know exactly what's going on. And after 2 hours of this game, we are both absolutely exhausted. And it's time for me to dig deep and focus, because now is not the time to make mistakes.
I have to get that head underwater because we're about to incorporate the bang stick. There's a couple reasons I want his head underwater. One is when we fire this bang stick off, us standing in shallow water, shrapnel flies everywhere. The second is it keeps it nice and quiet because it is super loud to fire off a 357 in the wide open air.
Wow. Did he get it? I've asked that
Did he get
question 8,000 times. Did he get it?
Right. Right.
And you know what? We even put the snafus in there.
Yeah, we did.
The dangerous moments.
Yeah, the video is about 22 minutes long.
Yep.
But it's a condensed version of the evening that
Right.
we caught that gator, and we actually have the full cleaning video that we're going to put up too, which is much longer than the
Much
caption.
longer than this, yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because it was my experience, and I got to document it and make a video out of it. So it's very authentic.
And we absolutely went out
Yeah.
not expecting a gator.
Yeah.
We just said we're going to do this. Let's give it a shot. And this is the ultimate how-to video. I mean, because we got everything. We got the equipment we used from the start. We got the whole hunt, and we got the end of the hunt, and we got the tagging, and we got somebody almost getting their rear bit off. We even got that part.
Do us a favor, go over and watch it at the on the homepage of Rodney Rogers Outdoors or on our YouTube channel. Like the video,
And
liking
subscribe.
the video, subscribing. It really does.
Yeah.
It does do us a favor. So we'd appreciate if you go over and
That'd be
if
awesome.
you like the video, click on like.
Absolutely.
I think it's free.
I think
It's
it
free to
is
click
free.
click on the like.
Absolutely free to like. So, Mike, I got to come.
Birthday to you.
Where's those? Where are they? They're behind your curtain.
To you.
You got them behind your curtain.
Birthday, dear Rodney. Happy birthday to you.
I'm still amazed at how you pulled
We're just
that off.
warming up for tomorrow night,
Just-
Rodney.
oh my
Warming
gosh!
up.
Definitely come out and see us tomorrow night at the Gnarly Barley. It's going to be a blast. I'm excited about tomorrow. It's my birthday. I've had my birthday there for the last. This will be the 4th year or 5th year.
I think you've had every holiday there. For
I think I do.
5 years.
Actually, I don't even need a reason to go there. The food is amazing. You can eat while you're there, and obviously you might can get a beer too. So,
Right, exactly. So so it's your birthday.
so it is my birthday.
So let's do some current news.
Okay, let's lay it on it.
And how's that for a segue?
That's the best birthday present ever, Mike. Current news it is. So what do you got?
You know what, Rodney? Not a lot. I'll just say that. And I'm wondering
Okay.
if when they go, because duck season just started, or is
Duck
getting
season
ready to
starts the 19th of November.
Okay, so
we're
we got a
about
couple
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's not a lot of. I'm wondering if as it starts to get active,
right.
if they're not changing things a lot, because I don't want to confuse people.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just me, but I mean,
They're not making any changes to the current season. If they do, they'll make it, and they won't even announce any changes. It'll be a proposal
okay,
until next year.
because that could mess people up.
It could.
I mean, you don't want to
Yeah.
take a chance of you're
Yeah,
not
you
trying
don't
to
want
trick
to read
anybody.
next year's
Yeah.
season now. No,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
Or change this year's season now.
Definitely
Either
don't
way,
want to change it. The
Yeah.
only way they would change this year's season if it was an emergency. You know, I mean, if it came
Sure.
down to where the duck numbers were absolutely falling off, they have no problem canceling the season.
Sure.
It doesn't happen very often, but it could happen.
But
I
they
mean,
do change things based on how the bear season was
their
a
feedback.
perfect example.
That's exactly right.
That was a day by day
Yes, it was.
assessment, right?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
So
So I thought it was interesting that the only news really, and this is about a week and a half old, but they re-announced, highlighted the fact that new law for lobster harvest. And it was interesting because you're going lobster, because in a sense, up north it's getting cold.
Right.
You know, we just had Halloween yesterday. We're going into Thanksgiving, so we're starting to think winter months and
Right.
deer hunting and duck hunting. And you think lobsters?
Lobsters? Yeah.
But it's still lobster season.
Which is until March.
It's still March. So down in the southern states and the Florida and the Keys, it's still warm enough to go get in the water. And
so what do they got as far as the change?
well, this is as of October 1st. Lobster harvest went into effect. This amendment went into effect on October 1st, giving authorities more latitude in prosecutions for those who harvest undersized lobsters.
Okay.
And it specifies that each undersized spiny lobster found in a violator's possession may be charged as a separate offense. So basically, the tallies could rack up really quick.
Yeah.
The FWC hopes this will change and encourage lobster harvesters to really pay attention and measure any lobster they remove from the Florida waters. No one wants a small lobster for dinner, so make sure you're checking the size. Measuring devices are required, and lobsters harvested while diving must be measured
underwater
while in the water. Exactly.
That is the key. Now, I always double check when I get on the boat, because to me, the worst case scenario is, I want my lobster oversized.
Yeah.
I don't want it to fall in that cusp.
Yeah, double check, because you're right. The worst case scenario, throw it back in the water if you get up there.
Yeah.
Worst case, because they're gonna, for each offense, each lobster now undersized. That's a totally
big
separate
deal.
offense.
Yeah, that is
So
a big deal.
I think that'll probably do the trick on making people going heads up.
Let me give you a little tip about these lobster measuring tools. Take a tape measure and measure each one of your tools. And you know what? So next week I'm going to bring an example, Mike, of the two different tools with two different measurements.
Love to see that.
And we're going to go over it. So take a tape measure and measure the tool before. Don't just take it off the shelf and hit the water with it, because the one who's going to pay is you. And not the store you bought it from, not the manufacturer of that tool. It's going to be you. So it's imperative that you have that right tool. And it is stone crab season. Remember, it started October the 15th. So that 2 3/4 inch stone crab, the same rules apply.
Oh, is it really?
Absolutely. On your lobster tool, the other side, most lobster tools on the other side, it says stone crab.
I didn't know that.
So you have two measuring spots, and a lot of people will accidentally measure their lobsters with the stone crab side. Remember, your lobsters are 3 inches, and your stone crabs are 2 3/4.
Now there's a gap, right? Is there
Yes.
not? Is it like a gap that you?
It's a little gapping tool. Yeah. On your lobster carapace, you want it to fit not over the carapace like this. You want it to fit and hit evenly with that carapace. It has to be larger than 3 inches. So if you hook it in the front and you go to the back of the carapace, if it hits, you're 3 inches. If it goes over, then you don't want to be that guy. It's too close. You know what I mean?
I see.
It's
Right.
just really too close. I make sure that I'm hitting somewhere around here.
Okay.
This being longer.
Okay.
I like a 3 3/4.
So you don't want it to fit in that gap.
No.
If it fits, definitely throw it
If
back.
it fits, you must have quit. Get
Okay.
it? You see what I did there?
Fits.
You quit.
I'm gonna need a diagram.
Yeah, okay. So, and it's the same way with the stone crabs. Remember, stone crab season, October the 15th, started. You can harvest both stone crabs. You can dive after them. Make sure you measure them underwater. That's the key.
Why is that? What's the underwater thing?
Well, for stone crab, you don't necessarily have to do that because here's what happens. If you release that lobster on the surface of the water and there's any kind of fish whatsoever around, they will eat that lobster way before he gets to the bottom. Gone.
So
Gobble, gobble.
you've murdered him.
You've
killed him.
Yeah,
Signed his death
you just
warrant.
harvest them.
Okay.
We swam our
Sure.
lobsters back down
Okay.
to the bottom.
I've wondered that. So it's a safety thing to keep
It
them.
Yeah, because
If you're not going to keep them alive.
Because my uncle one
That's
time
interesting.
was poking them out of a hole down in the Keys, and every time he poked his tickle stick in a hole, a lobster shot out of a hole 10 feet away. They were like stacked up in this hole. And every time he poked in, we watched a lobster poke out the other side, and this nurse shark was swimming above him and sucking these lobsters up. and he never saw it.
Yeah.
He never knew. We're laughing. We're like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
He poked, gobble, poked, gobble, and this shark was just eating him up. And when he was done, the shark was done. Shark swam away. He came up and goes, "I could have swore I saw a lobster." We're laughing because he poked 10 of them out of the hole, And this nurse shark just kept gobbling.
That makes total sense.
So yeah,
I had never put that two together.
In that
makes
clear
sense.
water, when you're harvesting those lobsters, because they make a sound, they go wink, 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 like a little piggy. When you catch them, they go wink, 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 and their bone, their antennas are crunching, and that's a distress signal.
Sure.
And every fish, every shark within 100 miles can hear that, and they're coming.
Wow.
So it's very nerve wracking when they start doing that. You want to get them in the net as quick as possible to keep them from going wink, 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 wink.
Cover their mouth.
Yeah. Shut up, lobster. Sharks. So yeah. So it's and I can't wait till next year's lobster season. I'm so excited. I'm ready to go.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So hopefully there won't be no hurricane.
So that's it. But make sure they're proper size.
Make sure they're proper size because that's a big deal.
You're going to get a pow-pow.
They're not going to let you off. They're not going to say, "Oh, you just got one.
Yeah.
Stop it." No.
And they're going to hold to that.
Yes.
That's probably not something they're just going to let you go on. They're going to they're going to toe that line really hard.
I think they are.
They're making a point.
Yeah. Because it's happening so much.
Yeah.
They go, "Oh, I didn't know." No. You better know.
We've got a lot of
Let's
popular response from our questions, Rodney.
let's question away.
And I'll say this right up front. These are your first time seeing these questions. Viewer mails. They all come to me.
They are. Exactly.
I feel this input from our website. So let's get to it and do some.
Let's do it.
mail.
We get letters. We get
Stop, whoa, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Send me an email with all the details.
Another freaking email. Another freaking email song.
Yeah, I'm a top flight, hold you tight, get you there by daylight, bring you right overnight mail.
I need a cowboy. Mike, I am getting so close to this, Mike. You don't even know.
How long have you been doing that?
I don't even know. Forever. Okay.
But what I've noticed is there's certain spots in the song
That I nail and
you nail, and then like the
but-
next line,
I just blow it.
you're celebrating and you forget to come back.
I do. I might get a little excited a little too soon.
Yeah, but I think the problem is you never have a chance to really see yourself doing it.
Right.
I'm watching you on the monitor here, and
So-
of course everybody is at home.
So are they laughing at me?
No.
Okay. Oh, no, never.
No.
Never.
No one said anything about laughing, Rodney. But I want to show you something, if
Okay,
you
what
don't
got?
mind.
I don't mind
because
at all.
I've been paying attention to
Oh,
something.
you got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to.
Tell me you're doing it.
I want to play some stuff back for you, just so you get an idea.
Oh, we're playing back. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So if you'll turn your head to the monitor, Rodney,
Okay. I
please.
want to turn my head to
and
the
just,
monitor.
check this out here.
Okay. Let's see what I got here.
Rodney, what do you say we do some? Go and do some letters.
Let's do it.
mail.
We get letters. We get
Stop, whoa, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Send me an email with all the details.
Another freaking email. Another freaking email song.
Yeah, I'm a top flight, hold you tight, get you there by daylight, bring you right overnight mail.
I'm close, Mike. I'm close. I can feel it. Mike.
See,
So maybe I'm not as close as I thought.
you're closer every time.
Every time I'm getting
You're
closer.
a little bit closer. But we've got a lot of. I got an idea.
Okay.
Because we get a lot.
That was pretty close. If you jumble them all together, I didn't do too bad, did I?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
How do I get it nailed on the first shot?
I'm gonna let you in on a secret.
Okay. Secret me away.
Because we have got a lot of response just on the song. People like the music.
Okay.
I've taken the music and I've made it available for our listeners, our viewers.
Okay.
Okay. And I like to go a little bit above and beyond
I wouldn't have it any
to
other
the
way.
nonsensical
Okay.
point, actually. So I think it'd be great
Okay.
to let people download this song and make their own lip sync videos to it
Oh.
and post it up on your website or on your Facebook page.
Nice.
Okay? You following me?
I'm with you. I'm
Okay.
with you.
So I've made the song available. So if you go to RodneyRogersOutdoors.com/letters.
Okay, /letters. Okay.
Yep. There's no link on the page to do this. So don't go to Rodney Rogers and look for the link. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Only if you're watching this now.
Right. Or listening later.
Or listening later.
Yeah.
And you'll probably post it, but there's no link on the website.
Okay.
As of now. But if you'll go to RodneyRogersOutdoors.com/letters, number one, you can watch the video we just played. That's up there.
Oh, it's up there. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Number two, there's a link where you can click and download that MP3 of that.
No way. So I can download it too.
You can download it.
I can practice.
Have a ball with it.
I can practice.
Have a ball with it.
I'll tell you what.
You can do your own version. I might do mine.
You put that up there, and I got some really cool stuff to give away if you do. If you
Okay.
upload a video,
Okay.
and we get more than one. If you get one, you get to win. I got some cool stuff.
I think that's fair.
We'll
right?
throw it. We'll throw in some really cool stuff because we got a ton of stuff. We've got to give away. We're talking turkey calls. We're talking grubs. We got some really cool stuff to give away.
I'd love to do that.
T-shirts.
And we'll trust.
Okay.
We'll post them and have some fun with them. But
Yeah.
we'll pick some winners and we'll have some fun with it. So
Okay.
download the MP3. RodneyRogersOutdoors.com/letters.
Let's do it.
Have some fun. No
Right on.
rules. Just have some fun. Post it on your upload it to the Facebook page, and we'll go from them.
You can see my video.
Yeah.
If you can beat that,
Rodney's got it started. So let's
I've
rock.
already got
let's
the
rock this
ice
thing.
broke, so to speak.
We
Right
do.
on. That was
Rodney,
awesome.
Eric H. from Ocala, Florida wants to know, after I clean my rifle, it takes about 3 shots for it to settle in. Does leaving a small amount of oil, REM oil, from the last patch in the barrel cause the gun to string shots? Should I dry patch as the last step? What the heck did that gentleman just say?
Okay, basically
Rodney?
what he's saying is, but what everybody needs to understand, a rifle is a fine-tuned machine. You tune your rifle and the bullets together. If you choose a bullet, and there's a ton of selections out there, you have choose the one that shoots through your rifle very well. Remember we talked about the arrows. You buy a dozen arrows, you shoot arrows until you get the ones that group. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Take the other arrows for practice or whatever you want to do, but keep the ones that group. Bullets are the same way. Your gun may prefer to shoot a bullet other than one you're normally using. Now, you can zero it in to be pretty close, but you can always get a closer pattern, and that closer pattern is going to make a difference the farther the shot is. So basically what he's saying is after I clean my rifle, it takes about 3 shots to settle in. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be a 3-shot settle in. So basically what should happen, always dry clean your rifle. Always dry, once you get that oil down, don't leave any unsettling oil in that barrel.
So the REM oil, what is that?
REM oil is basically is Remington oil.
Okay, I got
So,
I gotcha.
And you wet a patch with it and you shove it down your barrel because your barrel is just straight steel.
So it could oxidize or corrode or rust.
Absolutely. And a lot of people don't understand that. When if you don't clean your gun on a regular basis, run that REM oil, because when you fire that shot, that hot oil coming out, everything is clean. That gunpowder is very oxidizing. So run that REM oil, if nothing else. If you don't do anything, just get that swab down there, run that REM oil, and then run a dry cloth down it, and that has enough oil to keep it until your next shot.
Okay.
So if you don't do anything, do that, because you start pitting that barrel, then that's what could be running your shots off. But for, who are we talking about? Eric. But for Eric, an excessive oil in your barrel could make your shot fly, but it's not likely. So definitely clean your oil out. And when you say it takes about 3 shots to settle in, first of all, once you clean it, you shouldn't have to shoot at 3 shots. Your next shot should be at your animal. So when you shoot 3 shots consecutively, your barrel's going to fly no matter what. It's going to heat up. It's going to change everything about it.
Oh, interesting.
So when you sight your scope in, you're going to shoot. You're going to set that rifle down and let that barrel completely cool.
Really?
100%, just like you're shooting that next shot. When you pull your next shot, That barrel is just like it was when you shot that first shot. And you're going to fire again. And you're going to set that barrel down. Sighting in your rifle is a big deal. It's a fine-tuned instrument. You know, your money is in your optics. Your gun is going to shoot no matter what. Obviously, you know, it's a fine-tuned machine. Your optics are what's going to make all the difference in the world. But you have to shoot it from a cold barrel. That's how you're going to shoot your animal. And don't forget, you're hunting out there in the snow. You're sighting your rifle in on a hot day. Steel expands and contracts. The more you shoot it, the more it expands, the more wobble room your bullet has going down that barrel. A lot of people shoot 6, 8, 10 shots, and they wonder why their bullets are all over the target. It's because your barrel has expanded. Now it's not such a tight fit anymore. So your bullet basically wobbles down the barrel, and it comes out doing its thing.
Total sense.
Fire, let the rifle cool. Do other things. Shoot other guns. Do whatever you want. Pick that rifle back up. Fire your second shot. And judge your windage and elevation by those 3 shots, you know, in a 30-minute period. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So, dry patch your rifle. Let it cool. And then make your shots.
Now, just explain to me, did I miss the dry patch? What does that mean?
Dry patch is once you run your oil patch down, basically you're just grabbing a clean patch that has nothing on it. You'll run it down.
Getting out any residue or any
exactly
kind of...
Exactly right. The first one will have oil on it. Throw that patch away. Or save it for your next, you know, for the next gun if you shot several. Yeah. And then put a new patch in and dry it down until you don't see any oil on that patch. And that's called dry patching.
Okay.
So it's a great question, Eric. I mean, it's a phenomenal question.
Great question. Great answers, though.
Yeah.
Incredible. You said a few things that are really golden gems there.
Absolutely. When you're sighting in that rifle, that's a fine-tuned machine. You have to treat it as such. You know what I mean? It's just like gears in a truck.
You said you're not shooting an animal with the hot rifle. You're right. You're sitting waiting.
You're waiting.
It's cold.
Especially if you're hunting in the snow, your barrel has contracted.
Yeah.
So you have to keep in mind that, you know, that steel heats and contracts. You fire 10 bullets down range with hot gunpowder, with an explosion in there, it's going to change your shot. So make sure you know.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Eric.
Billy Boyle, at Billy Boyle, Augusta, Georgia. If you don't remove the windpipe when field dressing a deer, will it spoil the meat?
Absolutely not. That's a great question. There's a lot of myths about cleaning animals. One is, you know, the urine bag when you're cleaning it on the inside. So there's a lot of things that you need to know. So what I'm hoping, if we can harvest a deer in these next couple of weeks, gun season's coming up, so we're going to be obviously doing some deer hunting. We'll do a field dressing. Now there's tons of videos out there on it. The key is the digestive tract, so to speak, the urine bag, and
getting rid of that.
Yeah, is very, very simple. Now, if it accidentally dumps on your meat is not wasted. Just hose it down. You're fine.
Really?
The key is to not to let it sit there for any length of time. So it's a myth. The minute your urine touches it, it's bad.
But I'm not equating that to the windpipe.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a myth. You can leave the windpipe. There's nothing.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Because the windpipe goes down into the chest cavity. So when you field dress them, you know, if you don't cut the head off, you'll have, I know it's kind of gross, but I mean, you have the windpipe down in the chest cavity. So you can just hack the windpipe off just right at the chest cavity where everything else comes out.
But it's not necessarily part of the digestive tract or the stomach or the intestines or anything.
Absolutely
that
not.
Stuff you want you want to clear.
So leaving the windpipe is perfectly fine when field dressing a deer.
All right.
So yeah, you got it made. That's the first field
really
dressing.
It is actually, yeah. Lisa K from Little Rock, Arkansas. Can deer smell the difference between human urine and their own?
And the answer to that question will be yes. And I will tell you this: they are just as curious as as their Here's how a deer works. Let's put deer in perspective. Male deers have a few glands. They have a gland in their eye, and they have musk glands on their, on the insides of their legs. And then, of course, they urinate and defecate and do all that stuff in certain places to attract. So what they'll do is they set up a series of what's called scrapes and rubs. So they'll rub the antlers on their horns. So you can usually find there's a nice bucking area when they rub the velvet off. It's not that they come back to that. You just know there's a bucking area when you see the rubs.
Okay.
But the scrapes are what's important. So they'll scrape out an area with their hooves, and they have a gland on the inside of their eye. So they'll pick a tree limb that is just perfect over their scrape, and they'll rub that gland on the inside of their eyes.
Really?
Yep. And then they'll scrape the ground. They'll rub their eye in there, so when a doe comes by, the doe smells that gland, and then she will urinate in the scrape. And this is basically her saying, here's my business card. Here's my phone number. I'll be back,
Don't get any ideas, Rodney.
But I will tell you this. It doesn't matter what urinates in that. They're going to come and check it out. They're going to come to that scrape, and a lot of times they're curious. It's not like they smell you and they go, "Oh my God, it's a human! Holy crap!" And then they haul tail. It's they associate certain smells. The older the deer, the more they associate the smells. Like if they smell a coyote, if a young deer smells a coyote, they don't know it right off the bat. But if an older deer smells a coyote, then it's a big deal. So the answer to your question is, they know that there's a difference, but they don't know exactly what it is.
Okay.
They're just as curious.
Okay.
So if you pee on a tree, they'll come right up to that tree and smell it, and they'll go, "What in the world?" But a deer that's 8, 9, 10 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10, may know exactly what that is. They may, they can associate that smell with danger. It's not that they know you're a human.
Right.
They just associate it with danger. So, yes, they do know the difference. It's just some of them don't correlate it with danger. Some do.
Experience and association.
Voila. Okay. Experience and association is the 100% answer.
Okay.
So the answer to your question is yes, they do know the difference, but they don't know it's particularly human.
They know there's a difference. Okay. Brilliant.
Voila.
Olathe. I don't think we've had anybody from Olathe, Kansas.
Oh.
Allison.
I thought that was her name, Olathe.
Olathe. Allison is her name. Allison T. from Olathe, Kansas says, "What can you do to help draw deer to a small piece of land, like 50 acres or less?"
50 acres is a great piece of land to draw deer to. And what I always say is a deer has to have a reason to be there. And it's kind of like an ocean. If it's a flat bottom and there's nothing there, there's no structure for the fish, there's no, you need to evaluate what's on on that 50 acres. You need to evaluate, is there a good bedding area for deer? Is there cover for the deer? And is there a good food source for the deer, or even a water source? So if none of these exist on your property, there's a good chance that they may come through, but they won't frequent the area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So what you want to do is prune your 50 acres. Some of the world's biggest deer has been killed on 10 less acre parcels. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 8 million acres. All it has to have is 8 million acres around it. So how do you get the deer to your area? Well, you have to prune your 50 acres to make it wanted of the deer. So you have to evaluate it. A lot of times you can take in soil samples and see what kind of nutrients are in the ground. You can plant food plots. Some states will allow you to plant corn. I'm not, or hunt over corn. I'm not a hunt over the corn kind of guy. I don't hunt over bait. Some states allow you if you do it year round. So 50 acres is a great parcel to hunt over. So what you need to do is evaluate. There's a ton of places. You can do it online. You can send a soil sample in, and you can get that. They'll tell you what nutrients are in there and what you need. So you may have to put out lime. You may have to put out fertilize. You may have to put out some things in order to build the nutrients of the ground up. So once you get those nutrients built up, you can start planting food plots. That's perfectly legal in any state, in any time of year around. You know what I mean? So you just plow it up, plant some real nice food plots. And the first deer that comes into that area.
You're saying food plots, things they like to eat?
I'm alfalfa, ryegrass. I mean, there's a ton. There's a ton of good food plot mixes out there you can buy.
Okay.
Hell, you can plant corn.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Plant peanuts. You can plant anything. and it'll start bringing them in.
Can you
Once
plant rhubarb pie?
you can
'Cause
plant
if you rhubarb,
pickle pie.
that'd bring me in.
yeah, rhubarb would be phenomenal. You ever had rhubarb pie?
I grew up on rhubarb
Did
pie.
you? I've
Yeah.
never tried it.
Oh, really?
So, but that's the thing. You want to nurture your 50 acres. That's the key. Is once that first deer comes and gets that food plot, then it'll bring other deer, and the next thing you know, they'll change their route, because remember, they're always looking for food, especially during hunt season. When the wintertime comes, things are starting to die down. They're trying to feed up, and so if you keep it healthy, it's definitely a great. 50 acres is perfect. Just tend to the 50 acres. Look at what you got. Look at your resources of what you have there. If you have a water source, bedding area, and the whole 9 yards. So all of that you can control.
Are there things that are not legal? Because you're saying this is acceptable, but are there things that you cannot do to draw things to your
Well, in
land?
some states, there again, it depends on the state. We've got people from Nebraska to Kansas to Missouri to, we've got people, we got our buddy Bob in Louisiana. He's a great deer hunter. Now, in each state, it's going to call for different rules. You cannot just put out a barrel of corn and start hunting over your corn and hope the deer come in. You can do it with hogs, wild hogs, but you can't do it with deer. You know what I mean? It's like that old saying, there's no officer, I didn't shoot this corn over deer. Something kept eating my corn, and, you ever heard that?
It's like the old saying, you can't do it with deer, but you can do it with hogs. Is that what, am I getting that saying
Sorry,
wrong?
I was trying to tell a joke, and it just went crazy wrong. So, you ever read that post that said, no, officer, I did not shoot this deer over the corn. It was eating my corn. Anyway,
I'm
forget
probably
that joke.
it's probably awesome. I'm just the wrong audience.
Let's
It's not you, it's me.
No, that one's me, because I don't remember the dang thing. So 50 acres is great. There are things you can't do. Like if I put out corn tomorrow on my property, although it's hunting season, and in some states you have to have that corn in that same spot for all year.
It's like baiting.
Yeah, it is baiting. That's exactly what it is.
Although if you grow a patch of land that happens to be attractive to them, that's not.
Right.
But if you're just
if you grow it from the start, from the seed, throw it in the ground and it's growing, then no, that's not baiting. That's just you're planting a food plot, trying to make your deer healthy, or you're just trying to grow corn.
There's so much to it.
Yeah, there is. There is
so much to it.
Absolutely.
And that's, I'm fortunate I get a front row seat.
Right. Right.
To what's coming out of your mouth hole right there.
That's why I've
I
said
think it's
so many
it's good
times, if you're
stuff.
going to take up hunting, pick one animal at a time.
Yeah.
Because if you try to stuff this knowledge in your head, you're ultimately going to find yourself in a pickle. If it's, I get asked this question.
That alone is good. That's
it
great
is.
advice.
And I get asked this question 1,000 times. Rodney, I want to start hunting. What would you recommend? And I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Bird hunting. I would start out for dove season.
Yeah.
I would buy a shotgun, buy a lead shot, learn the rules, and there's tons of places you can pay to hunt dove. That's exactly where I would start. Dove hunting would be the baseline of my hunting. Or small game, should I say? You got dove, rabbit, squirrel. Those things would be the absolute. That is the base of hunting. To come out of the chute and go straight to deer, you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
If you falter on small game, if you, I don't want to say a misdemeanor, but if you get a violation or you violate, are the penalties lesser because it's small game than if you're doing bear or is
no.
there?
Well, you know what? Yes. Let's go with yes, because each one has a. It's kind of like stealing a piece of candy in a car. You know what I mean? There's different levels.
Sure, yeah.
Because if you're over limit on dove hunting, is that the same as shooting an undersized bear?
Right, exactly.
I think the
Is
question. No, it's a big difference.
Okay.
It is still what's called a wildlife crime, and you still have to ascertain if I think they both fall into misdemeanor. You know what I mean? So could you get fined the same? Is a great question. That's a phenomenal FWC question. It really is.
Because especially if you're encouraging people to start on small game, squirrels, rabbits, is the liability lessened too as a beginner?
Right.
I mean, not saying that an
No.
expert doesn't shoot squirrels, but if I'm going out as a beginner, am I kind of safer not getting myself into such hot water by starting off on a smaller game?
I would say yes. I would say the answer to that is yes. And then there again, it's all going to boil down to the wildlife officer themselves, of how they feel, how honest you are, how,
Sure.
so if you've shot too many birds versus, an illegal alligator, I mean, there again, the alligators fall, and so do ducks and wild turkeys. They fall in that federal guidelines where everything else falls in state. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that fine line. That's why I say pick an animal, a rabbit, a squirrel, and chase that species. Because first of all, rabbit and squirrel are tough to hunt, and that will prepare you for the next level.
Or hire a guide or go with somebody who's under their wing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Direction.
Your first hunt should always be with a guide.
Yeah.
So
another question for you then, Rodney, because
Absolutely.
I've pretty much blown this whole episode.
This is great questions. I mean, this is phenomenal.
Is it cumulative? I mean, are there things you can do if you've got you've got your duck hunting license?
Right.
Is there things you get yourself in trouble that they no longer allow you to have a license?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I know they're going to fine you, and there's a thing, but can they go, you know what, you've got 3 strikes against you, you're set aside for 2 years, or how does that go down?
It falls in just about any other crime. I mean, if you keep robbing cars, you're eventually going to get put away for a long time. I mean, I have a friend that I grew up with, that spent several years in jail for poaching deer. Poaching deer out of season, poaching deer, on illegal property, So, I mean, it kind of falls in that guideline. And a lot of times he was hunting on legal property, but he didn't have a license, or he took too many deer, or, or he wasn't supposed to have a firearm. So you can be... If I got a ticket for shooting too many quail, I shot 15 quail. I'm supposed to have 12, or no, now it's 50. And I'm supposed to have 12. So I get a ticket for it. I pay my ticket. It's a misdemeanor. It's on my record. Next time they catch me, I got 15 quail. Well, now I just did the same thing twice, so it's going to be a little bit stiffer. You know what I mean? You keep doing that, they'll take your license away for 12 months.
Okay.
You keep doing that, they'll take your license away for 5 years. You keep doing that, you won't get another license.
Yeah. I think the one word you said is it's criminal. It's a crime.
It's a crime.
This is
Yep.
FWC is law enforcement, right?
It really is.
I mean, they're not just they're not like the security guard at the Walmart.
Right.
You go, well, you don't have no. They've got jurisdiction.
Oh yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah, and they're not afraid to use it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, they'll go through all methods to not use it. I've seen them go through more methods to not use it
because
than they would use
they
it.
want you there. They want you
Absolutely.
fishing. They want
My
you.
gosh.
They're encouraging this. They're supporting this. And I didn't mean to diss Walmart security guards.
No.
Just want to.
No, it's a great example. Nothing's more truer. When you get this the whole I pay your salary.
Yeah.
Well, the FWC is very grateful of the hunters and the fishermen. It's not like they don't want you to do it. You'll find a police officer that don't want you to hunt or fish because you're carrying your lures.
Yep.
Yep. And the fact is FWC. That's them. That's what they do. They do the biology. All the biologists are paid, through tax. I mean, there's 100 different ways they get their money, but it all boils down to licenses of hunting and fishing. The game tags. When you buy your Panther tag, that helps pay. So their funds are pulled every year from different areas.
You're part of the process.
You
as
absolutely
owning that license. I mean, you're part of what makes it spin, and they realize that. And
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. You got federal duck stamps that come into play. And the federal duck stamp, like I said, man, we're out of show, Mike.
Right.
It's federal. So all the people in the United States has to buy that federal duck stamp. They buy the same stamp.
Yeah.
So that duck stamp money gets, divided by the amount of duck hunters that are in, each state and the percentage.
Yeah.
And obviously it goes to conservation. It goes to, the biological reviews. It's a complicated,
Well, I think it's an interesting point because you got to realize that you've got number one, the safety issues. I think you got to remember what a privilege it is
absolutely
to be a hunter because number one, there's safety issues from start to finish.
Yeah.
No matter what you're hunting with. I mean, these are
absolutely
deadly weapons, obviously. But then there's the legal side of it as well that you have to be educated.
Yeah.
And be smart and intelligent and some common sense involved with all these things above because, like you say, you've known people personally who've done prison times.
Yeah. Prison. I'm talking.
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah.
So
it's a big deal. So
yeah.
That's why I appreciate you breaking it down.
Yeah.
Making it simple, encouraging people. I mean, this is the premise on what you and I became friends on.
That's exactly right.
Helping people, encouraging people to get outside, offering them some comfort zone.
Keep me safe.
Keep me safe.
Keep me legal.
Make me king for a day.
I love that, you came up with it, and nothing more true than that.
Yeah.
There really ain't. It's simple to get out there and do it. Like I said, pick it and do it.
Don't be stupid about it.
Don't try to absorb it all in at once. You're not going to be able to.
Brilliant.
I've been at it for 35 years.
I love every second of this, Rodney.
We are literally.
I was glued to every word coming.
Thank you,
out of
brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank everybody for listening. This is.
Yeah, don't let them go too soon. We got a few things here just to make sure that people
Let's put it up there.
are aware of.
So I want to encourage everybody. Mike, I'm going to throw this out there real quick. Bring Christmas lights for your tents. Mike and I are going to try to figure something out for our tents. Some battery operated. We got a little bit of power so we can hook up some Christmas lights. So we're going to do it. So best decorated tent. I'm going to have something cool for you.
Spell it out for him. December 3rd.
December 3rd.
Go over the details.
So
here.
December 3rd, we're going to get you from Granada Boat Ramp in Kissimmee on Lake Toho, and we're going to get you over to Mackeson Island. Bring your food and whatever you want to drink. I do some cooking while I'm there, and I invite everybody, and we eat till it's gone. But I won't supply everybody, but just bring whatever you would eat. And there's grills. There's several grills there. There's some giant grills. There's fire pits. So there's plenty of space for cooking.
It's set up really cool because it's a community of campsites. So everybody's kind of you're right there together. Yeah. You're not on top of each other. It's very spacious, but there's several campfire areas so you can do your thing or whatever. But totally forgot what I was going to say.
Children are welcome.
Children are welcome.
Bring the babies. They will absolutely love it. This is very, very, very kid-friendly.
Yeah.
Bring your fishing poles. Bring your kayaks, and our lights are cutting off. Bring whatever it is you want to have fun on an island on a beautiful day. So I've already ordered a beautiful day, by the way.
And thank you.
I did. That's how I roll.
Very forward-thinking of you. But we do want to encourage the fact that this is that you'll be comfortable.
Yes.
Coming to this, if you think I don't know people or I've not really
I don't
put all that aside, just show up. Trust me, from the moment
you will be family from the start.
You will be I promise you'll be family put away all your inhibitions. This is not a big deal. We're just going camping. We want you there. Show up. You'll be comfortable.
Because last year we had people just calling us, I'm here for the camping trip.
Yeah.
Super. We'll come get you.
Yeah.
Todd and Randy and Gary and, Brittany, everybody was just like, they were family right as soon as we picked them up from the vehicle.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
And back to what you said, if you got some Christmas lights, want to throw them on your tent, we're going to make this as festive as you can. And
absolutely.
Put the Christmas into the Christmas camping, I guess.
That's exactly right. So December 3rd, Granada Boat Ramp will be in West Lake Toho in Kissimmee.
And if you don't know where Granada Boat Ramp is, go to the Rodney Rogers Outdoors website, click on events.
It's going to put you right there.
There's a link for the boat ramp, knowing where to meet. Some more details on the.
As we get closer, and certainly email us. Go to RodneyRogersOutdoors.com and email us, and you can get it from there. What else we got, Mike? Don't forget to make a video of our new Rodney Rogers Outdoors hashtag or /letters and download that letters song.
Let's have some fun with that.
And post something. I got some really cool prizes. And
hey, if we're not laughing, we're not living, right?
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. So, Mike, are we good? How you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Right on.
I'm doing good, man.
Thank everybody for listening.
And don't forget,
no,
Thursday nights.
Thursday nights. My gosh.
Same
Come to
bat
Rodney, yeah.
time, same bat channel, different bat day.
Right, exactly. I got HP Hollow Point Hector that hangs out with me on Thursday nights.
Yep.
And, last week we had a great debate of an answer that he wasn't sure about.
18 gun carrying at
exactly,
18. Yeah.
which was,
that was
absolutely phenomenal. And this week we got some questions. I've asked a few police officers.
You did. You followed through.
I did follow through.
I can't wait.
We got some great answers for it this Thursday.
Okay.
So check us out this Thursdays.
Yeah.
And you'll get to hear some really cool stuff. So
Good deal, man.
Can't wait to see you there. So 2 nights anyway. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, buddy.
And as my mama said 18 million times, and I pray I get to say it at least half as much. You kids get outside and stay.
Happy birthday
What?
to you.
What? They're back.
I'm still going to find out how you did that.
Happy birthday, dear
Rodney, join us tomorrow night in Early Burley.
Gnarly
We'll be
Barley.
there.